Welcome back, YouTube, to another coin review on the culture of currency. If you've already seen one of my review videos and are back for more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If this is your first time watching, take a look at a couple of my reviews and then decide if you wanted to subscribe. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, so I wanted all of my American comrades or anyone else to pray for our country and its leaders. This should be a time where we celebrate our founding and our day-to-day steps towards a more perfect union. Many of us will not be able to be with our loved ones on this Independence Day, so I encourage you to take a moment to comment below about your favorite things about America so I can see your love for this land. Now for today's video content. Today we are diving into the Chiwu Chonwang and going over the great culture of this coin. We must note that this idea of the Chiwu goes beyond North and South Korea and is a unifying idea that actually goes back to ancient Korea and China. You can learn more about this by watching my video on the Korean Phoenix coin, which I will link in the description below. To learn about this coin, we have to look at the ancient folklore of Korea and China. One of the best places to start is by looking at the Chinese Samguk-yosa. This is an old text that was believed to have been compiled in the 1200s and has the earliest references of the founding of Korea. This text goes over the founding of the original 3 Korean kingdoms as well as the first representation of Donggun, the legend. Legend states that Donggun was the founder and god king of Gojoseon, which was the first Korean kingdom that is now located in where we now know as North Korea, pretty close to Pyongyang. The legend also states that the kingdom would have been founded around 2333 BC. I won't get into the lineage of gods and all of that, but let's just say that it's a lot like what we see in Greek and Roman mythology. So if you like that kind of stuff, which I do, go ahead and read into it. It's very fascinating and gives me a better understanding of the Korean imagery and culture. One of the legendary creatures of the Korean culture is the dokebi. This is a little type of Korean goblin that can play tricks and help people. They are defined as spirits with incredible power. They can take many forms, but often have a traditional Korean garment known as a hanbok that kind of looks like this. The dokebi is a very important aspect of our Chiwu coin because this is the symbol that we see defined on both sides of the coin. This is emblazoned on the shield and shoulders of the Chiwu warrior. These spirits are not necessarily like ghosts like we think of in the Western world, but rather they are spirits of objects. An example would be the spirit of an old clay pot or a sword that might have a dokebi. In this case, the shield has one. And a fun fact, it's believed that the surname for a dokebi is Kim. That name kind of sounds familiar, but I cannot put my finger on a Korean with the name Kim. We see the dokebi on many things in Korean culture, like the support club for the national soccer team. We can assume that the dokebi on this side of the coin is the spirit of the shield and probably assists in battle. On the front of the coin we have the dokebi shield in full detail. It looks like it is 1,000,000 years old and still holds beauty. We see that this coin is worth 1 clay, which is one of the coolest names for a monetary denotation that I know of. We also see the Korea and the 3-9 silver followed up with the security feature and Komsco. The security feature changes in the light from 3 9s to AG, which we know is the periodic symbol for silver. The background is almost like a sheet of slate. This is one of the most remarkable coins I've ever held. On the back we have the legendary Chiwu warrior. I like to imagine that this is either pre or post battle where the Chiwu is looking over the field and assessing his next move. In Chinese culture the Chiwu were defeated, but in Korean culture the Chiwu are the ones who did the defeating. We also see some dokebi on the shoulders inlaid in the armor. The background scenery is once again lights out and amazing. Now that we've talked about the history, you should go see how it relates to the Phoenix coin that I've already reviewed. Let's go ahead and put it to our 60-point scale. On the front of the coin we have, as mentioned, one of the best representations of what you can do with silver. We have so many layers and textures going on. Every detail is with intention. I love how the letters are cut into the coin rather than raised. This is an awesome technique. The background is possibly my favorite of any front of a coin that I have seen. The security mark is unique and well executed. This earns the highest rating of a 10. When it comes to the back of the coin, we have the Chi Wu warrior in exquisite detail. Everything is exactly as I would imagine it would be in a legendary story. Even the sky has ripples of overcast clouds. We see perfect execution of texture and balance. This also scores a 10 from me. The next area is mintage. We have 33,300 coins minted. This is a low mintage and scores an 8. The 33,300 coins might also be symbolic, representing the year 2333 BC, which is seen as the founding of Korea. Our next category is cultural significance. As you have discovered, this coin oozes with Korean culture. The only thing that might not be Korean is the English words themselves, and maybe the silver because it has been mined in a different country. So that's about it, and it scores a solid 10. When it comes to collectability, we have an Asian-themed coin that is identifiable in its context with war. This is always a selling point. There is an excellent quality as well as the low mintage. It has to score a 10. The last category is uniqueness. This coin is unique in that it is the only Chi Wu like this in a series that changes every single year. Therefore, there are not going to be any quite like it again. In fact, we already have the artwork for next year's Chi Wu. This scores a 10. This brings our total score to a fantastic 58 out of 60 and is by far the highest scoring coin we have rated to this date. This is absolutely the most outstanding coin I have seen in person, and I will have to invest in the rest of the series in their succession. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please stay classy and current with the culture of currency.